Hi, everyone, and welcome today for our weekly webinar, April 8th. Angela and myself, we're so happy and so excited to be here with you. We want you just to make sure that you have notebook, pencil, piece of paper where you write down every tip that we learned today. Angela has prepared this amazing presentation for us. So I just want to say hi to Angela and welcome her to our weekly webinar. Hi, Angela, welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia. And hello, everybody who's here joining us live. I'm happy to see your names over in the chat. Thanks for giving us a quick greeting here. And thanks for spending some of your time with us tonight to get some extra motivation and ideas for growing your business and meeting those Switzerland goals that we're all working towards, and to just keep growing a little bit at a time, like Jacques Mizrahi said, we just want to keep doing a little bit more than we did last week. We want to keep growing a little bit at a time, no matter where you're at. So let's get out our to-do list and get to work, okay? So today we're going to be talking about lavender as our spotlight. We're going to be showing you kind of a tour around some materials that are available in the app to help make your process while you're posting about use and things like that even more efficient and effective. We'll talk about efficiency and effectiveness today during our work times. We're going to continue that challenge with selling with direct links. So that's really important. We'll go through how to share memes related to your used business topics on your social media. And again, prospecting, we're going to focus on the numbers game. What are your numbers that you should be paying attention to? How do you pay attention to if you're being effective with your work time and efficient during your work time, to really make the most of those minutes that you dedicate to use during each week? And we will have a raffle at the end, so pay close attention and stay tuned, okay? All right, so lavender. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the cream and the essential oil. We're talking about relaxation this month of April, so we really want to focus on one of our key relaxation essential oils, which is super easy to use. It's a great starter product for a lot of your potential customers. So the therapeutic properties of the lavender plant have been known for more than 5,000 years. They've been used for so long in many different ways. It was always considered an excellent antiseptic, circulation activator, pain reliever, and powerful healing agent. It reduces inflammation. It's a natural insect repellent. It calms and relaxes nerves. It balances our mood and is frequently used in cases of depression. So it really is, it has lots of mind and body and skin benefits, used for many different things. So when we're talking about lavender essential oil, remember it's really versatile. It soothes our nerves, anxiety, and stress. It promotes restful sleep. And it has great skin calming properties for burns, bites, and sensitivity. If someone has kind of like allergic reactions to dust and things like that, or eczema, this is great for calming that itchy skin, and just like a quick first aid option. It also works fantastic on burns. Oh my goodness, if you are a clumsy cook, keep this oil nearby in your kitchen. I touch hot pans a lot if I try to go fast. I've learned better, but I still do it sometimes. But you run your finger under cold water, dry it off, and put a couple drops of lavender. Mine don't blister. It's a miracle. So definitely keep that in your first aid kit, as well as one by your nightstand for restful sleep. And lavender cream is really similar. The active ingredients are just slightly different because this one, it has lavender and also witch hazel. This is really great. I mean, it has the same benefits for skin and emotions, etc., but it's just really easy to apply. You can always beef it up with more lavender essential oil in it if you need a stronger effect. But this is one too that I really like, just like at bedtime routine. Take a little bit of your lavender cream and apply it to your temples, the nape of your neck. You can rub it on the soles of your feet, but these are like the main two places I put it before bed. And it works like a charm to help you fall asleep faster and get that more restful sleep. So any questions about that, go ahead and let us know in the chat. But there are so many different customer needs that we can meet with this. And it's so easy to use because it can be applied in small amounts directly on the skin, especially the cream form, but also the oil form. It's a pure oil. Lavender tea tree can be put directly on the skin with or without a carrier. For massage, it's great for massage, great for relaxation. You can add some to a bath. You can mix it with our aroma blends carriers, or you can put it in a diffuser. It's a complementary oil to a lot of other aromas as well, which is great. And just quick trivia. So did you know that the name lavender actually comes from the Latin word lavare, which means to wash? In ancient times, people were not aware of the chemical components of lavender necessarily, but they already knew it was awesome. So even though they used it to wash and perfume their clothes, it was used to add to bath water and to help people sleep better, even way back in those times. So just a little quick trivia. It's been important. It's actually like, you know, how aromatherapy was founded. So lavender is a big deal. Keep promoting that with your customer groups and on your social media as well. So let's go into some business tools that are going to help you promote things that are going on this month, promote different demonstrations that you're doing, etc., by using a few tools that are in your app and in your personal website. So just a quick reminder that there are some product folders organized in your consultant app where you can go find a product and quickly get resources that are already organized in one place for you. It doesn't mean that every single resource that exists is there, but a lot of it has already been organized for you. So thank you for that, Cesar and Cynthia. So if you go into your consultant tab and click on resources and go into the resources folder, you'll see that number 4 is called products. And once you open that up, you can scroll through and there are all kinds of product folders already organized. They have videos, they have product manuals, they have images, anything that they could find that fit for consultant purposes for those products are in there, okay? So make sure you use that. It's already organized for you, easy to find. Also remember that you do have the consultant product guide that was updated in 2023. That can be found in the new consultant checklist, the new consultant folder in your app under resources, on the link tree for consultants, etc. So this is really easy to find in multiple places. You can search for it in your app, but this has almost every single product on there in manual form to help you get to know new products, especially your new consultants who are starting. We also have the product yield chart that goes through our products, what they're used for, and the quantities that are recommended for them, and also the quantities to know how many applications you're going to get typically out of one of your products. So this is really helpful since a lot of our products are like packing a lot of power in a small container. That can freak people out visually sometimes, right? They're kind of like, why does this small bottle cost whatever? So knowing how many drops are in that, right? A 10 ml bottle has I don't want to say this wrong, 200 drops. I think I'm saying that right. 200 drops of essential oil. So that means that if you're only using a couple of drops at a time, that's going to last you a really long time, right? So it's good for people to know, to be familiar with this product yield chart. Look it up, especially if you're having a lot of customers get nervous about pricing. Breaking it down using this chart can be really helpful for making sense of pricing when we're using really concentrated products. Okay. So that is also found in your in your virtual office. If you go to training and product training, this is found on that page along with a lot of other product materials. Okay. Also remember that there are lots of images and videos in the consultant app. Like I kind of showed you different places where you can find those. So just remember that when you want to go in and get a video or an image to use it on your social media, you will go into resources and you can either search by those product folders or use the search bar and type in the name of something, and you're going to get lots of results. Pick something that you would like to use and click on it. And always select open instead of share, because share is going to share like a Google Drive link, which is not very helpful if you're sending it out onto social media. So go to open. And if it's an image, it's super easy to save an image. You open an image, you press and hold. This is how it looks on an iPhone. You press and hold on the image, and you'll get this little box that pops up. It says save to camera roll. So you just click on the image, hold your finger for a second, let go, and you'll see this little box come up. It'll ask if you want to save that image to your camera roll. Yes, and that's where you're going to upload it from on social media. Super easy with images. Now, videos just take a couple of extra steps, but they're also very easy to save and share. So again, you'll click on a video that you're interested in, click on open again. But when you are in a video, you have to click on those 3 dots at the top. And then you will go into this little menu from Drive that says send a copy. And you're not actually going to send it. You don't have to send it from here, but that is where you click to get saving options, right? So you go into those 3 little dots on the video. That's your little menu in Drive. Drive will pop up with this list and you will go to send a copy. And then you can choose to save image, to send it right to Facebook, to send it right to Instagram, wherever you would like. I often save it into my camera roll so that I can put it on multiple platforms, because I try to get the most bang for my time, the most bang for my buck as I'm posting content. Okay. So any questions about these two ways to save and share material from the Consultant app? This is for images and videos. Okay. I also want to show you, sometimes we're finding like a product manual or something that is set up as a document or a PDF, right? So if we find a product manual page and it's a PDF, you can save it into your files, etc. And that's a little bit cumbersome sometimes on most phones. But you can also just take a screenshot of product pages. I really like getting product pages so that I can send them to customers as a follow-up to, let's say we've had a conversation about a product, they want to know more information. I send them the product manual page so that they can read more about it after we've talked. Or if someone has placed an order for a new product that is new to them, I send that to them after they place their order so that they have a really clear kind of guide to help them use it correctly. So, and you can also just use those, pull those up for a quick guide for your social media content, etc. You can pull bullet points really quickly from those. So when you're going to take a screenshot, remember that on an iPhone, you're going to find the manual page on your phone and you're going to press here where you have the volume buttons, press the top volume button at the same time as the one that you use to like lock your screen. You'll press those two buttons at the same time to get your screenshot. If you are on Android, you just use the lower volume button and then this one, and then that will take your screenshot for you. Okay. My phone's trying to read my face here. Okay, so it's just using those two buttons on the side. It'll take the screenshot for you. And I'm just going to play a little video so you can see kind of what it looks like, just to kind of trim it up and send it off. Okay, let's see. So as I take my screenshot, I just kind of crop it to the size around the document that I want. And then I can just click save to photos and I'm done. Okay, so I'll show it to you one more time. So I have my screenshot ready to go. I'm going to drag the corners to crop it to get rid of some of the stuff from my screen, right? I'm going to crop it down to just the document. I click on done, or I can click on the share button and save to photos, and then it's ready to go to share with multiple people. Try to organize those in one place so you don't have to keep re-saving them over and over again. But that's all you have to know to be able to get any of the resources out of our app. Please let us know if you have any questions about those three things, okay? And since you are all becoming total pros at this, this is going to be a quick round. Are we ready? We're going to practice our direct product links today with one of our roll-ons. So as you know, in April, we're talking a lot about our different roll-ons, like from the Essential 3, like 31 Herbal Oil, Anti-Stress, Guducci. So I want you to open up your personal website in a browser. So remember, when we want to get a direct product link to one of these roll-ons, let's say I've been talking a lot about the anti-stress roll-on, I want to go into a browser and open up my web page from there so that I can eventually get a URL from the top of that browser. Okay, so everyone open up a browser, whether you're on the same device or on a second one if you can. Put in your website, make sure you see your name at the top. Always double check that. Make sure your cookies and cache aren't messing with anything. And then go into your shop button. Remember, we get our direct product links usually from the shop site so that when customers go in, they can quickly put it in their cart and see sale prices and all that. And it's just easier for them to have a one-click shopping experience. From there, you'll go onto your shopping website. We have those tabs at the top. Now I'm going to click on promos and offers. Today I'm going to show you, sometimes we click on sets, sometimes we click on promos and offers, sometimes we just search a term or a code, that's fine. But go ahead and click on promos and offers. And click on anti-stress or 31 herbal oil or Guducci roll-on form, okay? And you can choose any one of those, whichever one is your favorite to talk about. Okay, so click on the product and actually open it up. Then we're going to, once we have the page open for that specific product, like I'm on the page that's just talking about the anti-stress roll-on, then I'm going to go up to the top and click on that URL. And and then I'm going to copy that URL. Okay, you can do Control-C if you're on a computer, or you can tap the URL and choose to copy if you're on your phone. Are you ready to practice this with me? Remember the steps? We're going to go in, you're going to choose one of the essential 3 roll-ons, not the whole set, just pick one of the roll-ons because they're on sale separately, right? So we have anti-stress, 31 herbal oil, or Guducci. So we're going to go in, get the link for one of those roll-ons from the essential 3s, and we're going to send it to Cesar right now. Okay, his email and phone number are up right here. I will get them up on the next screen as well. You have 2 minutes. Let us know if you have questions in the chat, and go. I'm almost done. How are we doing? About a minute to go. Let us know in the chat when you're done. That'll be helpful. Okay, I see 3 done. Great. So this is a very efficient and effective practice because we can get that link in like 10 seconds once we've practiced it a few times. We do it right away. We save this in a special place, like in our notes or somewhere where we have it for easy reference throughout the month or whenever that we want to talk about it. That link doesn't change from your shopping website, even if it's on sale or it's not. So just make sure you do it once, you keep track of it, and be really efficient with this process. People shop online, one-click shopping is the way to go. So this is a really important thing to have mastered. Cesar, I see you've already got a few and they look like they're coming in correctly. Good job, ladies. Keep it up. Okay, so again, we're going to have a special challenge for webinar participants. A really important piece of that is to send that direct link to one of those essential 3 roll-ons to Cesar today or tonight. If you're working with your team or consultants on your team, or maybe a buddy that you're working with for the Switzerland trip, like talk to them about it and give them that reminder that they have to send that tonight. Okay. So our challenge from now through Thursday is to sell 5 or more roll-ons from those essential 3s. So you can sell 5 anti-stress, 5 Guducci's, 5 31 herbal oils, or a mixture of them, and you will receive your Guducci roll-on for free. So again, reminder, we are copying that direct link from one of the roll-ons and sending it to Cesar to show him that we can do it. We send it to him right now. We sell the 5 roll-ons from any of those via direct product links, and then we receive a free Guducci. Yeah, so we have to get these things accomplished between today and Thursday. Make sure you send him that link right away. But this does include your orders placed through your personal website, orders placed by PCC members, but it does not include spa orders or consultant orders. So just keep that in mind as you set those goals. Start this week off strong, really focus on those roll-ons. They're like magic in a pocket-sized bottle. So it's a really great thing to talk about, and mood management is a big deal. So get out there and start telling people more about it. Okay. All right, and then we're moving on to our prospecting tips for today. So we're talking about the numbers game. All right, so we're going to talk about how do we keep an eye on our numbers and really let that drive our practices every day, and help us choose how we spend our minutes on prospecting, okay? And other activities for your youth business as well. So remember, prospecting is the way that we reach out to people and find new customers and possible consultants for our team. We connect with new people that might be interested in what we have to offer. And when we're talking about the numbers game, I want you to imagine asking a pro athlete their numbers. We're in right now, WAA March Madness is wrapping up, things like that. Like imagine you're talking to an Olympian or a pro college or like a really good college athlete, Caitlin Clark or something. You're talking to an NBA player, you're talking to a professional athlete. Do you think that they know their stats off the top of their head? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Do you think a pro athlete knows their stats, their goals, what they're reaching for next, right off the top of their head? Let me know what you think in the chat. The answer is yes. A pro athlete or someone who's serious about what they do, they know their stats right off the top of their head because that is what's driving them. That is their competition. That is their motivation and their drive every day to keep getting better. Yes. So when we are talking about our numbers, you're going to see different kinds of things that work into this. First of all, we're talking about the how much, like how many prospects are you coming into contact with? How many minutes are you spending per day doing different activities, etc.? How much? Like the main idea is how many prospects are you coming into contact with during your prospecting time? And the what is going to be what are the qualifications and talents of your prospects, of these people that you're reaching out to? Are you getting high quality prospects in these activities that you're doing for prospecting? Okay, so these are two important ideas to keep in mind. And also, as we're talking about how do we spend our minutes prospecting so that those numbers are where we want them to be, you need to really consider your efficiency. Efficiency is how much activity can you complete in your time allotted, right? So maybe efficiency looks like you have 1 hour and you're going to make phone calls that day and you can get 100 phone calls in. That would be an efficient use of your time. You can get a lot done in a short amount of time. Yes? For me, that would be efficient. I don't know, maybe for some people that sounds slow. Okay, and then measuring your effectiveness. Effectiveness, when something is effective, it means it gets you the results that you want, right? So that is getting quality results from the activities that you're doing for your prospecting, right? So sometimes these things are out of balance, right? So maybe I get things done really quickly. I'm very efficient, but I don't get great results from my efforts. I'm not very effective. Or sometimes I might be effective, like when I do have conversations with people, I either close sales or I sign them up to be hosts or PCC members or consultants and things. Like I get results, but I'm not very efficient. When I get those results, it takes me too long to get there. I don't get a lot done in a short amount of time. So it's really important to balance these two things and learn great strategies for both efficiency and effectiveness in order to have great performance, especially in something like sales, but I feel like also just in life. I feel like at my house, like if I could get a hang of this for managing my time spent on washing dishes and laundry and cleaning and spending time with my girls and all those things, making time for myself, like this is just for life as well, but also especially helpful in sales. So let's do just kind of a quick reflection of a few different situations. Imagine that you make 100 phone calls in an hour, but they resulted in 0 prospects, 0 appointments, 0 sales. Were you efficient during this time? Go ahead and answer in the chat if you can, yes or no, as we go. Were you efficient during this time? Did you get a lot done in a short period of time? And the answer is yes, right? We were efficient. We got a lot done in a short period of time. Were you effective? Did you get the results that you wanted from that activity? No. Now, remember that sales, we try not to make it a roller coaster. We try to keep it steady. Sales, sometimes you're going to have days like this where you get 20 no's for 1 yes, right? Like sometimes that does happen. It doesn't mean that you're always doing something wrong, but you always want to look for ways. You're like, what did I try this time? What did work? What didn't work? Can I make little tweaks or modifications to make this time spent more effective? Do I go online? Do I look up for some tips for how to have successful phone calls, for sales, etc.? This is where we learn and we get better at this so that our time spent becomes more effective. Here's another scenario. You post to social media 3 times per week. You had a few comments, 2 inquiries via direct messages. You made 1 sale. Think about this situation. Would you consider yourself efficient in this case? Let's say you're spending an hour or 2 working on your youth business every day. Would you consider this efficient? Do you get a lot done in a little bit of in the amount of time spent? I would say since most of us spend 30 minutes to 2 hours a day, depending on our activities, right? This would not be considered very efficient if we're working daily on our youth business, right? Is it effective? Uh, a little bit. We had some people reaching out to us, so that means that our content is reaching people. We were able to close 1 sale, so we got some results. But if we were more efficient with some of these things, we could probably get more results and better effectiveness as well. Okay. Last one. You use analytics from your social media platform to identify peak times to post your content. You post short demos twice daily during those peak times. You're consistent with that for over 2 months and build your followers and triple your sales. This is a great case of being efficient. You have short content, but you get it done in an effective way twice a day during peak times. You're not wasting your time posting when no one's watching your content, right? And you are effective because you see your numbers grow, right? You get quality results from your efforts spent. So, how does this efficiency and effectiveness play out in our used business overall? As we're looking at our own numbers game, for example, let's take direct links, right? This is a great way to have one-click shopping for our customers, etc. We want if we are efficient if we know how to use our app to get quick access to our resources and our stats, etc. And we know how to find and share products and share those links directly to people. We can share them correctly, directly to people, and they work, right? We are effective if we practice it several times so that we know we're doing it right. We feel confident about that. We save them in notes and Linktree, and also we get people to click on them and buy from them, right? We see some results with that. Okay. Now, for enrollment and sponsorship, this is another piece of our numbers game, right? That we're always looking at. So, for enrollment or sponsorship is signing people up under your team. You know where to find sponsoring links in your app. So, you go to your app, you click on sponsoring, you click on, consultant, PCC, customer, whichever they're signing up for, and you know how to share that link with them. That is you being efficient. You can get that link quickly and send it to them. You know how to sign someone up in virtual office as well. Like you know your tools so that you can pop right in, get them signed up in the moment, and you're ready to go. Okay. This is effective because this is effective when we're prospecting every day. We have time set aside where we are dedicating time to get these results. We're connecting with people in a meaningful way on social media. We're attending networking events. We're meeting new people everywhere we go. Like this is how we become more effective with getting enrollment and sponsorship is we have to have a huge base of people that we know to find out who is a good fit for the things that we offer. Okay. For your customer lists, right? People who have bought from you, people who might buy from you that you've been talking to about certain things, label your lists. Use broadcast lists or systems to send out your messaging in a more efficient way whenever you can. Sign them up as customers with the link in the app so that the virtual office keeps records for you, right? These are all ways to be really efficient with managing your customer list. Now, you are effective when you are able to keep this organized and make contact regularly with your customers. You have a setup schedule that is going to have a work system for contacting your customers regularly. And you're having meaningful conversations with them that lead to referrals or hosts or sales, things that really do drive your business. Okay. So that's how we measure if it is effective. That is how we become more effective. And also, a huge part of your numbers game is the numbers, like your key performance indicators, which are your personal sales, your group sales, your personal enrollments that are on your team, and your group enrollments. These are things that a lot of us should be keeping a close eye on, whether you are a consultant looking to become a leader, you have to know what those numbers need to look like. Or if you're a leader trying to stay a leader, trying to grow every month, these are all really important, especially for that Switzerland trip that we're planning for. Keep an eye on these numbers, okay? And also, I mean, it's not on here in its own list, but your Switzerland numbers, whether you're a consultant or leader, know those 2 main categories that you're looking for. The company's sending them out to us in an email every month. Know those numbers, have them written down right in your workspace so they're right in your face. Know your numbers, okay? And we are efficient when we know how to find our dashboard quickly in our app. When we know how to find our dashboard in virtual office, we know how to find reports in virtual office, etc. We are effective when we're checking them daily. We are establishing monthly goals. We're breaking down our goals by week and by day so that we know what we need to accomplish in smaller chunks. And we make an action plan to achieve them so that we see that steady growth, and we don't fall in those slumps, right? So all of these things really work together. It sounds like a lot, but these are things that we talk about in our webinars all the time. So I know I see a lot of our every week veterans here that are here all the time learning with us every week. And these are things that we're always talking about anyways to make sure that we develop these habits. Okay. So remember, to have successful performance, it's working together. You have to be effective and efficient in your activities, especially with prospecting, but also in all of your activities that you do in use, so that you can have successful sales performance and meet those goals. All right, quick reflection, right in the chat. What is a sales or prospecting activity in which you would like to become more efficient, where you're like, I need to get more of this done in the allotted time that I have for it? What is something that you would like to be more efficient at? I'm going to hop in the chat and share one of mine. I'm going to share creating social media content. I feel like I'm too slow at it. I love it. I love making things, but I could get lost in Canva for 30 minutes on one image, which is not very efficient, right? So what are some other things that you would like to become more efficient with, to get faster at, get more done in a shorter period of time, because all of our minutes count? Go ahead and share that in the chat. I'll give you a moment to type. And then the second half of your reflection is, what is a sales or prospecting activity in which you would like to become more effective? You feel like you're on this wheel, you keep working at things, but you want to get more quality results out of an activity. What is something that you would like to become more effective at? We would love to hear from you in the chat, or you can write this down on your to-do list, okay? But when you tell us in the chat, that helps inform our future webinars, which we really appreciate as well. I'm going to take a little drink of water while I give you a chance to type. Okay, so thank you for your input in the chat. We would love to hear from you. All right, and then that leads us to our last thing today that we're talking about, which is our tech tip. And today we want to talk about a really fun topic, which is sharing relatable memes, right? So why memes? Why should we use memes? Because memes are a key factor in boosting engagement on our social media. They can go viral because you can share them on your public posts, your public pages, like your business page on Facebook or Instagram, etc. They reflect trending themes. They can reach many people in a short period of time. They help connect with the target audience. And so basically, before you begin creating or finding a meme to share, make sure you identify who is your target audience. Like, let's say this month I'm really targeted towards stressed out moms. That's like my whole brand usually, because, here I am. So and remember identify your audience. And remember that memes work best when they are simple and easy to understand. So don't overdo it. Don't clutter them up. And keep images and text simple and organized so that it's a quick, you want people to understand it and have that quick, like, connection, laughable moment quickly and not all cluttered up and hard to understand. Does that make sense? So I'm going to show you an example with this adorable picture that I found. So this is just from Canva. Like, it didn't take a lot of digging, but find an image. Sometimes you're going to find a meme that's already created that's just right for your business. Sometimes you're going to be brave and make one for yourself. I'm going to show you how to make one for yourself. So you find an image that you think, I'm thinking about being sleepy, right? So I went into Canva and I looked for images of sleepy or funny images, etc. And I'm going to use this to make a meme about being tired, right? Then, and Canva is a great resource for this because you don't want to just grab any image that you don't have copyright rights to. So Canva, you can get like images that are, you have the right to modify and use in your work. The images are found in the Elements tab in Canva if you haven't used that before. Okay. Then you just add your text, which is really easy to do. Just add simple text. Click on the text bar in your Canva toolbar on the side, click add a heading. I usually do all caps. I play around with the colors to make sure that they're very visible. And I usually have a couple of text boxes so I can move them around on the image. And I like to add, play around with the color. And if you go into the size, you can adjust that. But if you go into effects, you can add an outline and adjust the thickness of that and the color of that. And that really helps the text stand out and be really easy to see and read when it's laid over the top of an image. Okay. And then you just share it. So in Canva, once you're done and you're satisfied with how your meme looks, so this is just me trying to decide if I really need to get up and do live today. And I'm going to relate this to Gaducci in my text that I write along with it, right? You just click on share and download it and you're good to go. You can save it and post it to your social media. Now, what I do is I normally don't put a product right on the image. You can if you want. You do the, remove background and all that stuff, go for it. But I like to put this up and then just kind of have a mention of a product or a routine in the text that goes along with it. But remember that when we're sharing relatable means, the point is to relate to people, not push sales on them necessarily, right? So the idea is people see the meme, they're like, oh, that's funny. They really get me. And then they click on our profile and they go check out our information a little bit. So you don't have to plaster this up with products. You want to talk about a theme that relates to something you offer with Used and try to kind of like bring people in and gain interest in what you have to offer with your business page, your account, etc. Okay. You are also like, I post these in my customer group of people who already know me, who are already my customers, like in Facebook. And in there, I will mention the specific products. And in the comments, I share like my direct product link for whatever I'm discussing, because they already know me. Like we already have a good relationship, but you don't want to like overdo this with product references with your public audience who doesn't know you. Does that make sense? So let me know if you have any questions about that, but this is a really simple process to just find a funny image, add some text, make it really visible, and it's good. And if you don't feel comfortable creating your own, go out online and find some that are appropriate but relatable for your use business and the topics that you're talking about. And it's a great way to post these like once a week with your customer groups, etc., just to keep people interacting with your posts, because a lot of people will laugh at them, heart them, comment on them, because we all like to feel like, oh, that's me, that's my life, right? So this is a great way to really boost your engagement on your social media. Okay, let me know in the chat if you're going to try making one this week or if you're going to find one online. It's a really good way to vary your posts that you are sharing. Okay, and then moving on to our call to action, make sure you have your to-do list ready to go. Make sure that you send your direct product link for one of the roll-ons to Say Start today. And then your goal from now to Thursday is to sell 5 of the different Essential 3 roll-ons in these 4 days using your direct product link on social media, in messages, etc. That counts with your PCC members or anything else sold through your personal website. Overall, try to sell $300 in products or sets. That's a great goal to have every week. And make sure that you're checking your email that you got from the company at the beginning of the month. That gives you your overview of your April goals for Switzerland 2025. There's an email at the beginning of each month that gives you specific numbers for your criteria. Questions? Okay, and just keep your numbers and your numbers game in mind, and let's keep working towards that journey to the origin trip to Switzerland in 2025. We just need to grow each week a little bit more than the last, each month a little bit more than the last. Very attainable. We just have to have a good organized system and good habits. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, those of you who joined us live and those of you who are catching the replay. Those of you who are here with me, stay tuned for some time sensitive reminders.